My name is Dory Nason. I'm a professor in the Department of English and First Nation Studies program here at UBC. I did my graduate work at the University of California, Berkeley, and I grew up in the States, in Nebraska, to be exact. My father is an enrolled member of the Leech Lake Chippewa Reserve in Minnesota, as well as I. My mother was born in Mexico, and they met in the middle, kind of, in Nebraska and had their family there. I kind of always wanted to be a professor, which I don't know if I knew what that was when I was younger. I think I just was really enamored with teachers, and in my public school education they were quite kind to me, so I always wanted to be in that role. When I did my master's at Kansas State, it was a traditional English program, but it was never really my interest to teach traditional English literature, and so of course I always wanted to teach more about who I was and where my family was from. So I was interested in Native literature, I was interested in Chicano studies, Chicano literature, and kind of made a conscious choice to do something different for my PhD. So I ended up going to an ethnic studies program for my PhD, and that was a big change from a very traditional discipline to one that was more political, more interesting, and would have more impact on the communities of students that I wanted to have impact on. The biggest thing I think is to do your background research before applying. It's important to kind of know what is your research question that you're interested in, but that will change over time as you learn more about your subject area. What you really want to know is who are you going to work with, what's the program like, what are their interests and strengths, and so you want to pick your program wisely, and in order to do that you need to know your field, and you need to know the people that are there. So you should take some time, if you have the chance, to even talk to the professors that are at that program and get a sense of how is the culture there. And then in terms of being successful at graduate school, it's really, really hard work. You have to be willing to do that work. You got to be brave and think that you are good enough to be there. And you also have to, I think, create an academic community around you. I think we all come from places where you have really strong family ties and a community back home, but you're going to be, they won't necessarily be very accessible to you, and you don't have time to go back to them when you're in the midst of graduate work. So you need to have that community at the university that you're at, and you have to seek that out and kind of build it if it's not there.